Tonight, COVID surge. Doctors fear WA could be hit by an Omicron explosion. Up to 60,000 cases a day if tougher restrictions aren't brought in.
Reduce the peak so that we don't get a tidal wave of severe disease.
Plus the race to trace from Midland to Margaret River, forcing the southwest to mask up. A man gunned down in Port Kennedy, triggering a police manhunt tonight. Smiles and selfies. Novak Djokovic makes his way home, leaving a whirlwind of blame in his wake. Australia and New Zealand team up to help Tonga recover from the devastating volcanic eruption. And Barty Blitz, the world's best, serves up a straight set smashing on day one.
This is 9 News Perth with Michael Thompson.
Good evening. Doctors fear WA could be hit by an Omicron wave with up to 60,000 cases a day by March if tougher restrictions aren't introduced. New exposure sites are spreading from Midland to Margaret River tonight, forcing the southwest to mask up.
The alarm was raised and the people of Perth responded.
I went to the doctors, I've been coughing. He said come down and have a check.
COVID testing clinics at Victoria Park and Rivervale bustling into action as those showing even mild symptoms heeded the Premier's call.
Oh, I had a bit of fatigue and a sore throat this morning and I wasn't feeling that well on the weekend.
And today he had some good news. No more cases linked to the massage cluster after 3 were announced yesterday. But it's no time to relax.
We expect there are more cases in the community and we need to track them down. Test results that are returned today and tomorrow will be telling.
Visitors to Comfort Massage in Osborne Park on Thursday, the latest forced into 2 weeks quarantine. Positive cases also spent time in our southwest, potentially exposing RAC Carry Valley Resort in Beedalup and Mammoth Cave. Margaret River Visitors Centre, Coles and IGA also deemed hotspots. The growing list also includes more stores at Midland Gate and Garden City shopping centres as pressure grows on the McGowan government to reveal its top secret Omicron impact modelling.
If we don't increase restrictions now, we will be facing somewhere between 50 and 60,000 new Omicron cases per day at our peak that will occur sometime in March to April.
That's based on South Australia's experience, but the AMA claims cases could be reduced to about 10,000.
Density restrictions at hospitality centres, dancing only at weddings, home capacity of approximately 10 people.
The Nurses Union also wants visitors to hospitals and aged care homes banned and is demanding details on WA's close contact and isolation rules post February 5.
Everybody is screaming out for the guidelines, for the protocols.
Fleur McKinlay agrees after her Mundaring beauty salon was shut down.
So we're also at a point in this where we have to continue to live with it. We can't keep stopping businesses because it is a huge impact.
Of her staff, she's the only one to test positive after working with a COVID-infected client on Saturday.
Definitely we need some more kindness because people are just trying to do what's the best thing for their business and for their family, and we're very divided in this state at the moment.
The uncertainty has forced Perth Festival to cancel its opening event in Fremantle next month.
It became clear, particularly through Christmas, that it was not safe for us to proceed with the event.
A decision the Premier says is an overreaction, confident there's no need to step up the rules, but don't expect masks to be abandoned again.
Mask wearing for the long term is a strong possibility.
And in a clear example that our hospitals are preparing to deal with COVID cases, a marquee has been set up here at Sir Charles Gardner Hospital to accommodate COVID positive patients when they present to emergency departments in the event of a surge. It will be able to hold up to 25 COVID patients and give them a separate pathway into the hospital and help minimise transmission between them and other people presenting to the emergency department. The Health Minister says we can expect to see similar marquees at all tertiary hospitals right across WA over the coming weeks. Michael?
Josh, thank you for the update. Police are tonight hunting a shooter who opened fire in Perth's southern suburbs, leaving a man fighting for life. Heavily armed TRG officers swooped on a semi-rural property, combing bushland for clues.
Police swarm as detectives race to catch a gunman. Stakehill Road combed from the ground, Port Kennedy from the sky.
So there's blokes with machine guns and they had full armour, helmets, all the stuff. Yeah, no, there was definitely something going on.
A man in his 30s was shot in the leg at a rental house just after 1 o'clock this afternoon. He was taken to Rockingham Hospital by a friend, later rushed to Royal Perth in an ambulance. His identity protected by privacy screens at the emergency department. The chaos closed Port Kennedy roads for hours, officers interviewing nearby residents.
We asked them if my mum's going to be okay and they said she should be right for now. It's going to be a pretty worrying night for my mum. There's always been sort of dramas at that property.
The mystery shooting leaving locals shaken.
It's not very pleasant because I've got 3 young kids.
Detectives are still here on Stake Hill Road more than 5 hours later. Numbers have slightly dwindled, but this investigation is far from over. Forensic officers have just arrived here in the last hour. At this stage, it's unclear who police are actually looking for or what exactly happened in the moments before that man was shot in the leg, and that's why the next few hours, Michael, are critical.
They certainly are. Mia, thank you. And Louise Rennie is at Royal Perth Hospital. Lou, the victim is clinging to life.
Michael, I'm told his condition tonight is still critical. Police are still waiting to come in and sit down and formally interview the victim to hopefully get a better idea of why he was shot and, more importantly, Michael, by who.
Lou, thank you. There are calls for Tennis Australia chief Craig Tiley to stand down in the wake of the Novak Djokovic scandal. The world number 1 was marched out of the country but welcomed into Dubai with open arms.
It's the kind of reception Novak Djokovic is used to.